All right, joining me now, Chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Mr. Roger Wicker of Mississippi. Senator Wicker, I put you on foreign relations a moment ago, and I apologize, armed services. But
yeah, put me back where I belong.
Yeah,
yes.
No, I agree with that, by the by. You've been a terrific chair or ranking leader for many years. So I read with great interest. Secretary of State Rubio goes down to Panama. The Panamanian president is pro-American. He's a friend of ours. And he's going to stop a construction contract with China, okay? Something that was going to phase in. He's not going to do it. But I don't know that answered the question. The reason I want to talk to you, Senator, I mean, they still are controlling the two ports, one in the Atlantic, one in the Pacific. And there was testimony before the Senate Commerce Committee by some pretty smart lawyers that say basically China has broken the Neutrality Act. And if we wanted to, the United States could have the capacity to act in the canal zone under the law itself. And I wonder what you're thinking about that.
Well, it would be nice to be able to act under the law itself, but let me just tell you, if a real, sure enough, war broke out, do you think we would hesitate to utilize the Panama Canal? I mean, it would be an extreme situation, but it would call for extreme measures. I also heard, and honestly, things are moving so fast today, you're not sure about it, but I had understood that the lock and actually transit fees were being reduced or eliminated. So I don't know what you've heard about that. That would also be very fortunate, would save the United States a lot of money. But the point is, the tariff went into effect. The Panamanian president acted quickly and in a way that indicates that they want to deal with this president and with this administration, and they think it's in our mutual benefit, and I applaud that. It worked a lot quicker than most people thought.
Well, Senator, if in fact China is going to remove, I mean, this old Hong Kong company, rechristened under Chinese Communist government, as you know, if they're going to remove their positions running the docks, the end locks in the Pacific and the Atlantic, that would be a big thing. Other than that, it basically says only Panama can operate the canal. Foreign operations are prohibited. And some people say that if foreign security forces violating neutrality, the U.S. could come in. So if what you say is true, that would be a breakthrough. The stuff I heard this morning I didn't think was bad, but I didn't think it was all that great.
Okay, well, as I say, it's happening fast, and we're going to get ground truth pretty soon. We do need to remember that the Chinese Communist president met with the Congress a year or so ago and told the Chinese Congress, or whatever their legislative body is, that he wanted to be ready to retake the island of Taiwan by the year 2027. And they're building up a war machine and are on a pre-war footing, and there's nobody that they actually intend to be on a pre-war footing with other than the United States of America. So we ought to view any dealings with China in light of that fact. And also their industrial capacity on shipbuilding is 200 times what we have. We are not building ships, and we're not utilizing our industrial base as we ought to. So any dealing that we have with China ought to be done, and any decisions ought to be made in light of the very real fact that they are preparing for war in the Indo-Pacific and mean to freeze out all the other freely elected governments out over there.
And Senator Wicker, you know, to that point, I mean, you can go, look, anywhere around the world, wherever there's mischief, there's China. It's just a rule of thumb. There's things you mentioned, 100%. We're talking about, look, here in the Western Hemisphere. Not only are they in the Panama Canal, they're in Cuba, they're in Venezuela, they're running through Brazil, they're in South America, as you know. They're in the race for Greenland and the minerals, but also the strategic shipping lanes up by the Arctic nose, as you well know. They're selling drugs in Mexico and importing cheap goods and breaking the USMCA, as you know. I mean, everywhere you look, where there's mischief, Middle East, they're helping Iran. Ukraine, Russia, my lord, they're buying oil from Russia to finance that war, too. Every single place, Senator Wicker, there is Chinese wherever there's mischief.
Well, there's no question about it, and they're in league with Iran like they never have been before, and with North Korea like they've never been before, and shipping arms and helping to provide personnel to for Russia's illegal invasion of their neighbor Ukraine. So yeah, they are a bad actor, and they are a scofflaw around the world, and we need to, our foreign policy ought to be to do everything we can to combat that and prevent war, to be strong enough in our industrial base and our ability to build weapons and machinery so that they don't try anything foolish.
Yes, sir. We'll leave it there, Senator Roger Wicker, though. We appreciate you coming back.
Larry.